And welcome back once again to Spirituality with a Spin. I am Ryan Keyes, your host. I am such a sucker for ballads. That was the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris, City of Angels. Now, what does that have to do with today's show? And why is there no video? Holy smokes. Where is your face? My face is in space. Why is there no video? Because sometimes you don't need to see, you need to hear. Many times our eyes can lie to us because we look at things with layers. We don't see the core. Our heart is our true eye, right? And if you begin to look through the eyes of your heart, you're going to begin to see things in a little bit different way, a little bit different kind of understanding. H. Jackson Brown Jr. said this quote, "Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eyes." Feel that for a moment. In the quest for the third eye opening, to enhance the crown chakra, to connect to the fifth dimension, have you built your foundation? Where are your feet standing? Do you have a firm grasp of your truth? Do you have a firm grasp of your divinity? Do you understand and embrace that this isn't a race? That this, my friends, is an exponential experience of growth, where you are seated both here and the other side, moving from moment to moment, experiencing the Alpha and the Omega, the Almighty in all things? Or are we just an echo? Or are we evolving as we go forward? These are questions that we sit down and we talk about and we think about. Once you begin to ask the who, what, where, and why, you open your eye, the third eye. But what initiates the opening of the heart? You see, the concern that I have is that there will be too much head knowledge and not enough heart. We've already done away with much of the gut because we live in a state of confusion from movies and influence and media and processed food. So our gut brain is in pain. It's not processing according to what it was meant to do. It's not able to sit in a self-fulfilling state. Constant awareness of being upset, of in turmoil, of stress has aggravated the system. Hence why everybody is having issues with weight and indigestion and acid reflux and dietary issues, right? That's part of the foundation. That's part of building the being. Now, if you want to be your best self, you got to start at the beginning. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Is there an end? And was there a beginning? I sit and I think to myself. I could go on and say, I sit and I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful life. But that would be totally cheesy, and that's a song lyric. But it just popped into my head. You see, today's show, no video. Why? Because I don't want you to see me. How I look is not important. Who I am is not important. What's being said? I want it to go to the heart, not the head. So in order to get to the heart, I have to bypass some of the senses, lower the defenses, and open up my etheric arms and say, I'm here. Hear me roar. Do you feel that on the other side right now? When I say the word hallelujah, do you get goosebumps? Because I do. Now, why is that? How can a word that's a little absurd, that doesn't even mean anything to some people, because religion is kind of convex, kind of complex. It's here and there and everywhere in different types and styles, and everybody has their own partake of that. It's the mindset. It's the movement. It's the message. The message at the core of all things with creation is love. Like the Dalai Lama said, it's not religion that's killing people, because it's the lack of love that's killing people. It's the lack of awareness that your brother, your sister, your mother, your brother are all connected, that your lover lives inside of you, that the trees supply your breath that gives you this air to endure these tests and triumphs that you go through daily. Oh, it's delicious, this life, this precious cup of life. I sit here and I'm mesmerized. A solar eclipse. Is that the solution? An astrological chart must be the answer. Perception. Perception is only keen to the person who's seeing it. I say see with your heart first. Feel as you move forward. And moving forward will become your future in a new light, in a new way. Because it's not about light and dark. It's not about being evil or good. It's not about being a light worker. Light is great. Light is bright. Light shows you where all the stuff needs to be fixed. Shows you and keeps you safe because you can see everything around you. But love is what keeps you comfort and keeps you safe even when it's the darkest of nights. We've been talking about the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is what will make you whole. Why is that? Because you're here for a reason. Because you have fabricated the very foundation of this experience through contract, through coming together, through creation, not out of fear. Because before you stepped foot into this flesh, you knew no fear, you knew no doubt. You knew your agreements. You knew love. You knew the levels of life that you wanted to obtain in this experience. And you set out with that in hand and in mind. You gave yourself a tool set. It's like giving a child Legos. You sit down, you drop the box, he's got the picture, he's got the blocks. He doesn't read the directions, he just starts building and building. And as he builds, perhaps he makes the picture on the box, or maybe he makes it better, or maybe you look down and you're like, what in the heck did you just build? Either way, as a father or a mother, you say, son and daughter, that's beautiful. I'm going to put that on the mantle. You did such a wonderful, wonderful job. I'm so proud of you. This is our father. This is our mother. This is our designer. So many times we sit in fear because we don't understand, because you tried to hear a voice that is not clear because it's being spoken and you're understanding that you should be able to hear it with your ears, but you're not listening with your heart. God spoke to you inside of your heart. That's the start. That's where love has been planted in your being, not what you're seeing. What you see is a reflection of what's been shown to you, but what you are able to do is to manifest and to create that which is inside of you. So if you understand the things that are in your hands that you place inside of yourself, that beautiful self, once it becomes the echo of your being, becoming your best self, you begin to change. You rearrange your life. You rearrange your systems. You begin to embrace things. You don't waste things. You see things differently because you're looking through the heart eye. The heart eye is not duality. The heart is not karma. The heart is helping, is not harmful. The head. The head and what you said, that's where all the things go on. That's where all the distraction lies, in the head brain. That corpus callosum firing back and forth between imagination and expectation. Boom, logic. Boom, let it go. Boom, what am I doing? Boom, make the building look great. Boom, pink elephants. Boom, don't color outside the lines. Your conversation in your head. Disconnected. right? Like a bobblehead that you see with the baseball figures. You're just you're bobbling. Why are you bobbling? Because you're not founded in that freedom that's based through the love of heart. When you find the love in your heart, like the love of a true love, a divine partner, when you find your divine purpose, your calling, like they said, John the Baptist was a voice crying in the wilderness. When I yell out, when I cry, when I let my message roll out from my mind and my mouth, I know it will land on fertile ground where it will. I don't worry about the non-fertile land that the seeds that I spread lay on, because I can only deal with what I am and who I am and what my message and my mission is. Same for you. I don't concern myself in the can'ts and the can't do's. I don't concern myself with what was or what wasn't. Because if I get tied up in that, I've formed a conscious cage, a cage of my own design. I have become a pillar of preservation. I have gotten lost like Lot's wife looking back on Sodom, wondering what was. Not what is. Even better to be in what will be than what was. Manifest tomorrow. Tomorrow can be different because today can be your best. Meditation mantra. Understanding who you are. Reaching deep within yourself. Supporting that inside of you. Being your best friend. Understanding that, like they say on the plane, in order to save the person next to you, put your mask on first, so that least ye lose consciousness and cannot make a difference at all. My theatrical moment for this matrix. So, save yourself. Not in a selfish way. I'm not echoing selfishness by saying save yourself. I'm saying the expression of save yourself is to save all the things around you, because when you begin to look inside of you and you begin to see this established evidence, you are part of everything. You are a being that was designed to be a caretaker, to be a gardener, to be a creator, to be a manifester, to be a beautiful being. When you begin to live this life and let the lies and the layers of yesterday's issues and traumas float away. And I'm not saying ignore bad. I'm not saying ignore sad. I'm saying go through it headstrong. Plow through it. But I am saying being your best self in the moment, not trying to be someone else. Trying to be someone else is trying to be who you were yesterday, or who you believe yourself to be tomorrow. If you're so concerned with who you will be tomorrow, today may lose its way, and tomorrow will never happen. Now, there are points at which we have a rationalization and a realization. We say no longer do we want to live in fear, but we want to live a life on love. A life that's based in love. A life that is good, compassionate, kind, one in mind. So how can you even begin to unlock this ability to be true to you? Well, I believe first you have to open your mind to change, because every day is a chance to change. Every day is a chance to create. Fascinating. What if you were to sit in the same paradigm over and over and over? When you come back, as you will, you don't have to believe me. I've been there. I've seen it. I've been on the other side. I've been through a traumatic situation in which I saw truth. And it has beat in my veins every moment since. So, let's hypothetically say, today plants the seeds for tomorrow. And you, at whatever age you are right now, when you go forward into the ether, you recalibrate, you recalculate, you energize, and you come back with a new set of eyes in the same world. The world that you have created. Ooh, now that is intense. So you're not just manifesting a world for your children, you're manifesting a world for you in the future. Perhaps that's the ideology of heaven. Once we understand that we can have heaven on earth by changing our concept, changing our mindset, and branching out and becoming our best self, and we accept these ideas and we begin to change how we see things, we stop looking through our eyes, we stop listening through our ears, and we start hearing what's truly being said. We start seeing through the eyes of love, and we start feeling and touching people in spirit. I can hug you right now from an etheric, whole, energetic place. Are you ready? So let me send you one heck of a hug right now. This isn't sexual. This is salvation. This is the minute that you get to feel energetic energy shared with another being that is co-creating with you in unison. Close your eyes right now. I'm going to count down to 5, and I want you to tell me if you feel that energy. 5. White light. 4. Opening a door. Breathing in. 3. Deep breath, eyes closed, heart open. 2. So much energy starting at your feet, going to the top of your head. 1. Goosebumps all over your body, my friend. If you don't feel that, I don't know what to say, because I felt it 100,000%. When we can hug with our heart, when we can feel with our being, when we can hear with our very soul, when we can explore the world through source, being an open conduit for creation, for compassion, we will change this world. And we do that by changing ourselves first. You have to accept the idea of a change. You have to be comfortable with that idea and know that it's going to happen. John F. Kennedy said, "The one unchangeable certainty is that nothing is certain or unchangeable." Change is the very essence. It is recognizing that is going to make your life that much more meaningful. You see, change is not evil. Change is not bad. Change is not sad. Change is progress. It is pushing through. It is allowing the river of life to run through you. Don't dam it up, trying to sit where you're at, trying to accept the success or the suffering that is entertaining your soul at this moment. Let it flow through you. Become a conduit. Become a sieve. Let it just slide right through you. Can you imagine if every meal you ate never left your body? Wow! If your body wasn't able to process and change food into energy and let it go through your body and then turn to waste and voila, it's out. If everything existed this way, imagine if your body couldn't function, it just ate and didn't do anything with it. You'd be the size of you'd be huge. Huge. If your body, the simple complex of matter has the capability to allow things to flow through it so effectively, do you not think your emotional being and your soul does the same thing? Oh, it's a struggle to hold on to suffering. It is a struggle to hold on to those things which are holding you back. As the wind blows through the trees and the message lifts up, I am a voice crying in the wilderness. I will not be silenced. This isn't about me, it's about a message. You see, change implies progress, and whether you're ready to admit it or not, something is changing right now, and it is progressing towards something else. And if you want to not realize that life is moving forward and it's a day-to-day, do it over and over and do it better and do it now. You see, like I said in my posting before, what happened in Spain is terrible. What is happening with the terrorism is terrible. But the reason is we only address it when it happens. They address it every day to get to what it's doing. Not until we see through this veil that hides our vision, these layers of lies that we have listened to, trusting our senses and not our soul, disconnecting and disabling the brains in our gut and our heart to only listen to our head. Just walk with me for a second and recognize that change introduces so many unknowns and possibilities into your life. It may shake the foundation that you walk on, but damn if it's not good to shake something. Shake and quake and rattle and roll. Make something new, make something whole, make something wonderful out of today. If yesterday was rock solid fabulous, don't repeat it, make it more. Embrace it. Use that rock solid fabulousness of yesterday to explore today, to make today so fulfilling from that experience of success that you had yesterday. But if yesterday was just horrific and was just horrible, don't jump in it today. Now, again, I'm not telling you to turn things off. I am telling you to cry like a river. I'm telling you to scream to the top of your lungs. I'm telling you to find your sound and growl and shake your fist to the air. I'm telling you to feel that heart, feel that ache, feel that suffering. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on your hands. Involve yourself. Be one with what you're feeling. Don't try to disconnect. Don't try to separate source from who you are. Don't get lost in the suffering thinking that source isn't able to source you out of that. Change isn't comfortable, good or bad. Good change isn't even comfortable, right? You meet someone that you're in love with and it's new. I'll tell you, firsthand experience. You meet someone you're in love with, you're like, oh my God, this person is literally the best, the major source of everything I've ever seen in 1 second. Now, if that person represents that to you, wow, what a wake-up call. But I'll tell you, even change, as you go and you grow and you begin to learn more about that person, it's still going to shake you up. It's still going to be tough. The first day you move in and you're like, your stomach's upset and you have to run to the facilities inside the house and you're like, oh my God, I feel so embarrassed. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? We all do it, but we all hide it, but we don't know. We hide so much in our lives. We hide the things that everybody else does. I don't know why. Shame and blame, let it go. I'm not living shame and blame. That's not my name. My name is freedom. My name is foundation. My name is source. My name is love. My name is happiness. Do you see where I'm going with that? A label. My name is only a label of what you want to call me, how you see me. Call me by how I feel. Call me by what I say. Call me by how I live. Oh, here comes happy. Of course, I'm happy. Would I rather be sad or happy? I'd rather be happy. I'll experience sad, and if I get sad, I'll go through it because I'm thinking about positive stuff. There's nothing wrong with being positive. There's nothing wrong with being proactive. There's nothing wrong with putting things into your life which you can counterbalance the darkness with. Dark and light are contrast. You want them to be balanced so it's not over dark and over light. And the way you seek contrast is you're allowing yourself to be loved and to love. You see, if you've got an overwhelming amount of darkness, sometimes you got to allow yourself to be loved out of it. If you've got an overwhelming amount of light, sometimes you have to love somebody out of it. But either way, love is what you're going to lean on. Being a light worker, it's just a label. Now, being in love, that's an action. That's a word that is a verb. That is movement. That is a direct saddle on source. And you were saying, giddy up, let's go. Just for a second, imagine that change is like the spice of life. That you're in a position to take advantage of every choice that you've got. That every choice represents something that is going to be a new voice, an opportunity to evolve you into something that you want to be. Oh, you don't think so? Well, that's exactly why you're here. That's what the contracts were for. Alpha, Omega, beginning and end. Why don't you trust somebody a little bit higher than yourself that put all this wonderful stuff together? We live in the most perfect environment. We live in a garden that is actually, it is golden. You want streets of gold, you want the land of milk and honey, you're living in it. You can't even see the own heaven sitting on your feet. You can't even see heaven all around you. Look up, look down. Embrace this life, this love of everything. I get empowered, I get pumped up, and I know that this is kind of like a sermon. And being blocked hurts. Getting hurt hurts. But how do I get to my hallelujah moment if I've never been hurt? How do I understand that I was created if I never have a mirror to look at to recognize myself? When you begin to see balance in the being, when you begin to balance your body, when you begin seeing that you are what you eat, you are what you see, you are what you say, you are what you do, you are what you listen to, the 5 states of being, when you understand this is part of your divinity, this is part of your connection, this is part of your mission, your mantra, everything about you in this minute is mantra meditation right now. You feel? You feel me? Because that's where we're at. And I love and I adore all of you. And I don't see one of you as a follower. I don't coach or train or talk to followers. I see leaders. I see lions. I see leaders of love that are going to go forward and are going to teach and be leaders in the world. We don't need followers. We don't need any more sheep. No. We need people that will step forward. We need people that will wake up and walk. Put on your sandals and let's go walking the hills. Let's go sitting down side by side, looking into the great beyond and asking questions. Now, for those of you that want to thumbs down me, that's fine. This is a radio show on iTunes, and I am posting it on YouTube as an experience, as an exponential side of growth. Part of Spirituality with a Spin, the podcast, is it's about personality. It's about getting to know one another with a place of conversation. Even though it's one-sided, we will wake up and we will be in the presence of one another. Now, I have made and facilitated some tools and some tips and some things for you to help yourself. Go to divinelove-academy.com. Do mirror work. It's free. Do the masterclass. It's free. Get some meditations. They're free. Wait, have I used that term free too much? Either that or I'm the cost of 2 cups of coffee. Whatever it is, it's almost free. I've got to eat. Energy for energy. I give you my being, and I don't ask for much in return. I support you. I sit here, and I manifest, and I create, and I come to my place in my mind. What can I say? What message can move this wonderful group of people to move others? We're in a relay race. I'm handing you a baton right now. Share, care, like, subscribe, click the bell on the button, because we don't know what we're going to talk about. Or when. Pass it around. Any video that I've ever posted, social media, anywhere, share it. If it has touched you, believe it'll touch someone else. And if you want to post in my groups, if you want to post wherever I'm at, because you believe in a passionate thing that you want to say, as long as it comes from a place of unbiased, self-guided, nurturing love, I'm with you on it. Don't see me, please. Where's my face? My face is in the crowd. My face is just one of the many. My voice is just one of thousands crying out in support so that you can support others. Source on fire. Want your life, want change like you want food. You have to eat every day. You have to sleep every day. You have to meditate, mantra, manifest, make it happen every day. Diligence. You wonder why religion grew so fast? Because people put it as a paramount piece of their life. So the spiritual community, the esoteric community, we fracture and we fragment. It's hard for us to get together. It's hard for us to see it on one side because we're so stuck into where am I going? What's my astrological forecast? What's my future? I'll guarantee you this. Your future, no matter the day, involves everybody on the planet. Your future, no matter the time, involves putting your feet 1 foot at a time on this beautiful garden that we were given. Now shake up with that. Wake up. I'm not screaming perfection. I'm just trying to share with you what I feel, what I see when I go into the Akashic Record Hall at night, when I'm drifting off in my dreams. I'm just trying to share with you what I saw when I had my near death, when I was brought to my knees, when my face was crushed and I laid on a table and I did not think I would make it. When I thought I might not look the same again. You wonder where my face is. My face is source. It doesn't matter what I look like. It doesn't matter what I sound like. All that matters is you seeing you. Listen with an open heart. Guide yourself. Protect yourself. Support yourself. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Peace, light, and love, and I will see you on the other side.
Forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I